MCA, the girl that I like, ended up dating my best friend. It's my fault. Neither of them knew. I met this girl at the gym. She was incredibly cute and instantly caught my attention with her genuine smile and agreeable aura. I'm almost always at the gym, but I had never seen her before, so I knew she was new. I noticed some newbie mistakes, like incorrect form during lat pull downs, which gave me an opportunity to approach her. I offered some tips, and we eventually got along. I usually avoid approaching girls at the gym because I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, and I also don't want to be teased by my friends. But that day, we were alone. Days passed, and we became more comfortable with each other. God, I can still remember her giggles as I write this. I'd often tease her. I guess it's my way of showing fondness. However, I wasn't always talkative. When I was at the gym at the same time as her, I wouldn't always talk to her. I'd just steal glances, watch her, and sometimes even observe her struggle to get another rep. Occasionally, I'd encourage her by saying, "Kaya mo pa yon eh," and she would jokingly shoo me away. Then, my work schedule changed, and I had to go to the gym earlier, from morning to noon. Our interactions became less frequent since she usually went to the gym after classes, in the afternoon or evening. The gym caretaker, who she had grown close to, would always tell me that she was asking for me. Our last interaction, before this recent change, was maybe less than 2 weeks ago. She asked me to help her with pull ups, something she had always wanted to do. I explained the technique and gave her my resistance band the next day. She even let me touch her, even though I was all sweaty, to help lift her. When she finally managed 3 reps, her eyes sparkled like she had won the lottery. She was overjoyed, and I was genuinely proud of her. One morning, a few days later, I arrived at the gym to find her already there, struggling with pull ups. When she saw me, she exclaimed, "Hoy, kanina pa kita hinihintay." Walang nag-spot sa akin. Being me, and not wanting to show any signs of my feelings, I blurted out, "Kaya mo na yan," but ended up helping her anyway. Deep down, I knew she had changed her gym time to coincide with mine. Tell me I'm not delusional. I also invited her for a casual jog, and to make her feel more comfortable, I invited our gym friend as well. We ended up walking 10 kilometers instead of jogging, as they only wanted to take it easy. She was a real yapper, constantly complaining, "Anong sabi mong chill-chill dito?" I could still hear her complain, but she was determined to finish the 10 kilometers. After that walk, the three of us decided to make it a regular activity. I'd even tell her to join me on my hikes, and she was so enthusiastic about it. In my mind, I'm already picturing myself with her reaching summits together. Until one time, my friend, whom I hadn't seen in a while due to our busy schedules, he's still in college, messaged me. Although we hadn't seen each other in a while, we'd still chat. I'm really close to him. He's like a brother to me. I'd go to his house to spend the night, talk about anything over a couple of beers, chill, watch movies, and just hang out. We have conflicting hobbies. He's a car guy, I'm not. I love the outdoors and physical activities, while he likes to relax. But through our conversations, our relationship has deepened. So he messaged me that he wanted to start getting into fitness, as our last conversation had involved him discussing health issues and asking for medication recommendations. Of course, I was delighted. I love it when people want to start their fitness journey. So we planned to meet the following week. Okay, so this is settled. Then, one afternoon, I had no work, so I went to the gym, and the girl I like was there. It had been days since our jog, and she was asking me when we could go again. So, naturally, being busy and time efficient, I asked her if she was available that day, the same day I had planned to meet with my friend, and she agreed. Neither of them knew each other. They would constantly message me separately, each with their own anxieties. One would say they just wanted a chill jog and that they were worried about being too weak. The other would express concern that I might leave them behind with the first person. Both were apprehensive that the other person would ultimately leave them during the jog. So the day came, and my friend picked us up. I introduced them. Then, when we arrived at the area, we did some stretching, and we started to jog, and I ended up losing them. I actually wanted them to get to know each other. It was also my plan to introduce the girl I liked to one of my best friends. But I had never mentioned to my friend that I liked this girl. He actually asked me days before this jog if she was my girlfriend, and I said no, just a friend. Anyway, they ended up finishing the jog together, and they discovered they had common interests. She also likes cars, going to car shows, and all that. We had other side trips after the jog, but I won't go into details. We went home, and they both thanked me. I messaged the girl. Sabi ko sa'yo, chill lang yun, my friend. Eh. Similarly, I reassured my friend. I tried to make sure that the people I meet would get along with my existing friends. And I'm really happy and I'm looking forward to our next activities together. Days later, they were already dating. That's probably why she wasn't replying to me as much. I even replied to one of her stories where she was at church. I figured it out at the gym. This was days before Christmas, so there were simbang gabi, early morning masses. At the gym, I told the caretaker, parang hindi na nag-gym si. Since they are close, the caretaker knows her whereabouts. Wala eh, nasisimba. That's when it hit me. That same day, I saw my friend's story at church. As a car guy, he'd always take a picture of his car showing off his modifications. But then I figured, since I've known this guy, I never saw him at church. I'd invite him, but he would always decline. I had so many thoughts running through my mind. That night, I replied to my friend's story, asking if he was with the girl. He said, Ooh, paano mo nalaman? And me, trying not to show any affection, just replied, I just figured, okay, it is what it is, I told myself. They ended up liking each other, and I felt like I was elbowed out of the picture. I felt jealous, not going to lie. But hey, from their perspective, I didn't have to know. Or do I? Maybe it's my fault that I didn't tell her or my friend that I liked her. I felt confused, to be honest. I didn't know if what I was feeling is valid. Let's say I don't like the girl, or let's say she is a guy, and I introduced them to each other, and they ended up hanging out without me being invited. I think I'd still feel this way, being left out of the picture. FOMO, I guess. But it hurts differently when you liked the girl and thought of her as a potential girlfriend, and she ended up dating your best friend.